Hi, this is Eddie with the Mindful Emergence, and I want to talk about excitement versus anxiety. And then I'll get to the part that might upset some people. All right. So let's say you're getting ready to step onto a roller coaster and you get that tingly sensation in your chest or the nervousness in your belly. Well, that's why you're getting on the roller coaster. That's excitement. Yeah, let's do this. I want this experience. But let's say you're getting ready to do a presentation and you get the same experience internally, the tingling sensation, the butterflies. Then we call that anxiety and we say, I don't like this. I don't want this. Well, here's the reality. These sensations in our body, emotions, okay, they're just energy in the body. And the half-life on those are not very long. They don't last very long unless we feed it with our thinking, our story, the mental proliferation. Oh my God, I'm going to fail at this. I'm going to lose my job. All these bad things are going to happen. We spin out. And this is what we do. Okay. And the quality of our life is not determined by what happens. It determines on how we interpret it, how we relate to it, what we think about it. This is anxiety. I hate it. This is excitement. I love it. Right. So this is the problem, is that we get up in our minds and we start creating these stories, and we are unable or unwilling, or we don't have the practice to pause and ask ourselves, what's going on here? What am I noticing about my thoughts? What am I telling myself about this experience? And I can tell you this, being a meditator for 40 years and having studied with a lot of teachers and done research on this, that the only way we're going to be able to pause and really watch our thoughts and let go of our thoughts if they're unhelpful is by doing a practice. And here's the part that might upset you. Most of you watching this, you won't do the practice. You won't do it. I work with so many people who are spinning out all the time. Some of them are trying to struggle, they're struggling to recover from addiction. Some of them deal with a lot of pervasive anxiety and panic attacks and all these kinds of things. And I say to them, do a couple of minutes of meditation. Can you do just a little bit of meditation every day? You don't have to have a 20, 30, 40-minute practice every day. If you do that, that's great. But can you just do a couple of minutes? Can you sit down and just watch your breath, watch your thoughts for 2 minutes every day? And if you do that, you'll start building a muscle, just like the same muscle you get if you go to the gym. But it takes practice. You don't go to the gym and think 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to be pressing 300. If you do, you're going to be disappointed. Okay. And if you think you are going to be able to learn how your mind works, and you're not willing to do some kind of contemplative practice to observe your mind, it's going to be really hard to change the way you relate to experiences. That's just the way it is. Okay. I'm sorry. But don't complain about your mind proliferating and all the crazy stuff and the monkey mind and all that stuff if you're not willing to sit down and do a little bit of practice. Start with what you can do. If it's 1 minute, do 1 minute and do it every day, 1 minute a day. And maybe the next thing you know, you're doing 2 minutes or 3 minutes. And lo and behold, next time you do it, it may be 5 minutes. And I will promise you, if you do this consistently, day after day after day, over a period of time, you'll develop the capacity to be able to step back and create what's called dual awareness or witness consciousness, where you're going to be able to start noticing, oh, that's what my thoughts are. That's the way my mind works. That's how I'm interpreting this experience. This is how I get myself in trouble, by feeding that energy of that sensation that I call anxiety and making it worse. Where if I can pause and breathe and observe the thought, maybe I can work with it skillfully. But you've got to do the practice, folks. You've got to do it. Okay. That's just the reality. So if I upset some of you, I'm not sorry. Okay. Because this is why I'm here, to try to help people heal and transform their lives. And sometimes we just have to carry the tough message, folks. Please make a commitment to do some practice. You will see the difference.